Who That 242, where we tell the stories of Bahamian entertainers and creators. I'm your host, TIMMAY. Today, episode one of the lovely, the bodacious, Bodine Victoria.
Hi, Timmy. Thank you so much for having me here.
So how you doing today? We had lovely Bahama, we have the sun in our eyes. We can see the water.
Yeah, we could hear the water too. See it, it's really good. It's like upgrade. We moved from like being inside the front yard to being in Bahamas.
Bahama residential resort.
Right. Y'all know what it is.
So Bodine Victoria, that's your actual name. So when you started out as an artist, why didn't you try to use a stage name?
Now, mind you, when I started out, I used to go by B because it was shorter. It's my homage to my girl, Beyonce. But what happened is I didn't want anybody to be seeing me as somebody that tried to be what a Beyonce is or try to be another Beyonce, minus the chops, right? And so from there, I just went into Bodine. And then I found out that you have, a lot of other persons. There's a supermodel, there's a Miss World or Miss Universe contestant with the name Bodine. There is this country artist with the name of Bodine. And so to separate myself in terms of social media, I said, well, for social media in particular, I'm going to be referred to as Bodine Victoria. Nobody else has that name, so that's my name. Nobody can take it away from me. I'm going to use my name.
So take me back to the very moment take me back to, I don't know, maybe it was in the choir singing, or you was in the bathroom singing, maybe your family was music oriented. Take me back to the beginning when you knew that's what you wanted to do.
Now, music is something that, like you said, I always knew. What happened was my mom was always playing Mahalia. She was always playing the Stylistics. She was always playing Michael Jackson. It's just so many different, so many different genres of music that I had been exposed to from a very young age. And then, you grow up in children's choir, which is time for mommy to have time to herself. Yeah, go to children's choir. I mean, and it was so bad to the point where she never used to come pick us up. We had to walk home because she needed them extra hours. I'm just kidding, Mom. Just kidding. But when we talk about church choirs and then we talk about competitions in junior and senior high school and primary school, we had Bahamian Week, and then we had a number of different opportunities through cultural games and cultural competitions in school where you would write poetry, which I am really great at, and you would perform songs and hip hop. I'm awesome at poetry writing. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, okay? And so just being there and seeing people like Michael Pintard perform, Bus Arrive at Bay Street, and he had come to Bahamian Week at Kingsway, and being able to see a lot of other persons, like Kevin McKinsey, they'd come and they'd sing at your school and everybody get riled up. I really loved that energy, but I also knew I had a passion for it. And so I was a hip hop girl when I was at Kingsway. We talking about those MC Light, Queen Latifah days, Escape days when I was trying to sing, those kind of stuff. So I knew from really, really young. It's something that's always been inside of me. And it was worse after I won Cindy Thompson's Miss Teen Bahamas' talent competition, and they let me go away to Florida. That's a Bahamian joke. Florida.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, listen, sweet girl, I ain't even mad at you. Love yourself, okay? They let me go away to Florida, and then I was a rapper, and I won the Sunburst International Talent Competition.
So that's people probably understand. You started out as a rapper.
Yeah, I did.
Now before you was on the stage shaking your bum bum, you was all the chanting. You was a rap. You was a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4.
Yeah, and mind you, I was really great as a battle rapper as well. It was so bad that even when we did the Bahamas at Sunrise, some of my male competitors say, "Oh, she used to rehearse and she used to practice her lyrics." No, I just was really well versed in what I was doing. And then when you work in radio as well, because I also worked in radio and I had an idea of who all of those people were, I was able to exploit them and their insecurities while we were on television lyrically. So, I mean, why you mad, boo? That's water underneath the bridge. In terms of hip hop, that's something that I feel in my soul, in terms of performance poetry and being able to just express what other people are feeling, and that's something that I bring out in my music right now.
So why didn't you just finish it? Why didn't you just be a rapper?
Mind you now, rapping is cool, but here in the Bahamas, especially at the time that I started, hip-hop was not something that would get you on stages regularly. And it's not something that you could not use in music. What I did is I went from hip-hop into dancehall. So I had a period when I
Because
was
you know,
dating.
one thing about us people, us Bahamians, not I say we meaning sometimes everybody else, we love our reggae.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if you bring a reggae artist here, you getting that seller. You bring a rapper here,
Yeah.
it's hit or miss. But you bring a reggae artist there, buck out, tickets gone, VIP full, you can't park.
Yeah.
So was it natural for you to go from hip hop to reggae, or you went reggae because you knew that's where you could get your money?
Let me tell you, there's a funny story about that. I had gone on a break. I had signed to Dunamis Sounds. I was dropped from that label because, you know, Manifest knew the Lord was with him and he knew that was not the place for me. Gospel hip hop was not the place for me. So I had gone on a break, and then I had signed with Nick Barnes and Ray Art Ewing for Buff Boo Records and Frontline. Styles in Magazine, Nick Barnes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you know, Frontline was the label, and it worked along with Ray Art Ewing and Buff Boo Records, and we did the first Bahamian rhythm, reggae rhythm, and that was the Copycat. So I dropped the Copycat, which was a mixture of reggae and jazz lyrics, and the way that I sang it, it was my way of performing poetry and jazz and a little bit of hip hop in there, which is why it worked. And that record broke the whole rhythm, and that became my first Bahamian hit.
How'd that go? Just give us a little.
We were meant to be before there was anything there is. And they ain't ready for this. See, our love is divine. We're married by the one on high. We fly on cloud nine. I love you.
Oh, that's that. Okay.
You're my man and
I remember the hook a lot. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I the hook. So that would, and the thing is, right, I didn't know it was you at the beginning until we met, obviously along the line, and I said, "Mother sick, this is the same person."
Thank you. You know, and that's another thing, being able to change up one's style and one's presentation is something that I pride myself on. A lot of people, they see me and they say, oh, you know, she coming to sing, nah, bruh, I'm gonna drop a dancehall. I had so many songs that I released at one particular point in time during my reggae period that I was well on my way to becoming successful in the reggae market. But there also comes a time when you experience burnout as an artist. You know, you're continually creating, but you can't get the songs out there, or somebody is telling you, listen, this ain't the right thing for right now. And so you end up having to take a step back. So then we get intoxicated. Before intoxicated, based on the work that I had been doing, I got signed to BTC as a brand ambassador in 2008.
The year I graduated high school. So keep in mind, look at our trajectory now. The year I graduated high school, I had no idea I wanted to do any of this. I just was, you know, caring about basketball. I thought it was going to be a sports reporter, but they done deep in her career. This time I was a BTC brand ambassador before I even dreamed that I was eventually work at BTC. So.
Oh, see? And there you go. That's how, like, the tapestry is, you know, but BTC brand ambassador, we do Tempo Turns 3, we do the school tour. And after that, I realized that there was going to be a switch in the music. So I got a record from Lincoln Ward from the British Virgin Islands. It was called the One Night Rhythm, and then I voiced something called Intoxicated on the One Night Rhythm. And so I'm sitting and I'm listening to this, and I say to Ray, I said, Ray, let me tell you what we need to do. We need to add some Junkanoo to this. Because
It's like Skin Drums and cowbells and
I was
whistles.
like, I hearing it, you know? And you know, we kind of had a difference of opinion at that particular time, but he always supports whatever it is that I want to do. So between him and Ronald, we facilitated that.
Ronald O2?
Sutherland, yeah.
Okay.
Ronald Overlord Sutherland, that's my boy. You know, we facilitated that. We shot the video. We got Julian Lord to shoot the video along with Neville from
Settlers Cove?
Settlers Cove, Neville, and then Amaliko did the editing for it. And what ended up happening is we had the biggest hit for Bodine ever in life, because Haitian audiences love it because it had that little zouk feel that came from the British Virgin Islands. Bahamians loved it because they saw the Junkanoo in it. Trinidadians loved it because they could see a little bit of a representation of themselves in the music as well. And so that's what I wanted to do. And this was 2008, 2009, you know, going into 2010, long before we decided that we wanted to do a Bahamas Junkanoo Carnival, which was the infusion of Trinidadian carnival with Bahamian rhythms that I think a lot of people still don't have a large appreciation
Or
for.
understanding of.
Or an understanding of. But what that did is it opened up the doors, and it expanded the doors that a Visage in that era had opened. They had been traveling to Trinidad for carnivals many years prior to that, and they.
I think even the Dyson and Wendy's, when we spoke about 2004, that was a big turning point for them. So back in 2004, that's 11 years before the first Bahamas Junkanoo Carnival.
Absolutely, you know, and like I said, so Visage had opened the door, and then I came and I expanded it a little bit more with these costumes that had been pasted, but the style of them were Trinidadian style, but it still had all of the Junkanoo elements with the pasting and the presentation, which is something that a lot of our artisans in the Junkanoo era were able to capitalize on after we implemented, or our government implemented Bahamas Junkanoo Carnival. And so now you have artists that have the opportunity to export that music out into the world and also be able to present elements that remind them of themselves, but they can still recognize as authentically Bahamian.
So why the gap? You said you was at your peak. You was at the top of the mountain, almost there, 2009, 2008. But you took a break, or because Carnival Carnival 2015, so that's about 5 years. What happened? Why did what did you hit a glass ceiling? Did you get burnt out, like you said early on? Why didn't you take that step? Why it took you 6 years to make that step?
Let me tell you, the honest to God truth is it was a number of different things. Being a teacher inside this environment, you know, you have people threatening your job, which helps you to pay the bills and to also do what you enjoy. People were not able to see that teaching is what I do, and what I do in my personal time is my personal thing. So not because I was threatened, but more or less because I wanted to give more energy to the students as well. I went more along the lines of teaching, but it was also a very unfulfilling experience knowing that I was working, but I was not being as productive as I could within the realm of my dreams. The next thing is the money ran out. You know, the money ran out. Music is expensive. It is extremely expensive. Life changes and the expectations of people change, and then you have a quality that you have to maintain. And so during that particular period in time, some things happened in my family. You know, I had to take a break. And then the last thing is, yes, there was burnout. You know, a lot of the Bahamian producers were not producing that style of music, so you couldn't get the sound that you wanted.
You know what you want, but you couldn't get Bahamian to create it for you.
Yeah, and then on top of that, you know, the networking between international audiences as well was not as potent as it is now, especially because now we have more access to instant music, instant everything right now. And so I took a break. Then, you know, you have 2005 Bahamas Junkanoo Carnival. 2015. Ooh, I graduated in 05. No, I graduated college in 05. I had to remember. Okay.
I was in grade 10.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so 2015.
No, yeah, it's grade 10. Yeah.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, I was in grade 10. Yeah, so you graduated college and I was in grade 10.
Yeah. Woo. Okay. You a biddy, Timmy. Timmy is a biddy. Yeah. So 2015 rolls around, and I say, okay, you know, it's time for me to do some stuff. And Rick has always been a really good friend of mine. We're talking about Rick Carey, of Bahamian fame, but he is also just a legend at this particular point, especially music and production wise. So I said, Rick, you know what?
You did it all day, all night.
Listen. And I was hearing it, and Rick has this way of interpreting what you hear. He is a musical genius, okay? I don't understand how is it that he hears what he hears inside the music. But we were able to seamlessly mesh that whole road march feeling along with that Bahamian Junkanoo feeling, as well as a little bit of Goombay in there, and that's all day, all night. I didn't win Music Masters.
But you came forth, and you're the bigger check than most. So, you know, don't mind them. You don't win, but you hit that line, you get that check.
Let me tell you. So we went from all day, all night, and then that same year I dropped Juicy Fruit, okay? And people loved them some Juicy Fruit because I was like, okay, for every Junkanoo Carnival song I drop, I have to drop a Bahamian indigenous song.
You have to give one.
Yeah, one. And then it's not only that, it's so that people can see that these actually mesh together extremely well, and this is a way for us to export. So we did Juicy Fruit. That is still a sleeper. When I drop that, anytime I am at Goombay Festival, Junkanoo Festival, we talking about people laugh. They say that they see a little bit of Therese, a little bit of Eloise, a little bit of Maureen in me, and that's exactly what I want. I want to be a legend in that type of music, in the Bahamian art of Calypso. You go around, then you drop Good Feelings, and
the monster track, the Bahamian Icon Award track, the Ferrano shot and directed track.
In the backyard at Island FM.
Where you also work.
Oh, where I just work. So we didn't have money for Good Feelings, right? But I said, I need to drop a visual for this track. We submitted the song, and it did not make it into Music Masters, and I was butthurt because I was like, this song lit.
And these songs, so they ain't really better than that.
I was like, this song lit, like this song lit. So we shot the video in the back of Island FM. We literally drop it. And people are saying, well, y'all ain't even in the road. That's not the point. The point is we're having a party. We're feeling good. And then what people don't know is in production, we actually, like my best friend pulls the car across the road. Like we shut down Dowdesville Street like 8 o'clock at night so nobody could pass and everybody was in the road. So, you know, I really have to shout out Rhythms. I have to shout out Bahamas Masqueraders, everybody that actually came through and was a part of the video shoot because that was lit. That song, even though it didn't place and it took a little while to pick up speed, that song gave me my Bahamian Icon Awards nomination. That song also was chosen by the Ministry of Tourism when they were promoting for the
basketball, right? So it was Miami Heat.
Yeah, the Miami Heat, but it's also the Sacramento Kings versus Miami Heat, and then it was the New Orleans Pelicans versus, I can't remember the other, you know, the other team.
But he was on the Pelicans at the time.
Yeah, so the halftime show, and you know, it's an amazing feeling when the song that was rejected, that didn't even get a consideration by a particular board, is accepted worldwide. I mean, you have trained dancers.
Did you also go to Atlanta Carnival to that song as well?
Not only Atlanta Carnival. Last year I did Atlanta Carnival and I did Miami Carnival in terms of promo. And now because of that song, I have Atlanta Carnival this year, Miami Carnival this year, Hollywood Carnival this year, and I also have South Carolina Carnival. So you have 4 different opportunities for me to export, and then I'm trying to get the crop over. So if y'all want to sponsor that, holler at your girl.
Mama,
just kill me.
Mama, life has just begun. But now I've gone and thrown it all away.
Kujia. We are the iconic sock brand company of the Bahamas, telling the historic and beautiful story of our country through uniquely designed pieces. We partner with private sectors to educate our followers about the cultural, environmental, and historical facts of this great Bahama land. Join us today. Kujia. Walk with confidence.
Who that what? Who that? Who that what? Who that what? Who that what? Who that? Who that what? Who that what? 28 what? Who that? Hold that what? Who that what? Free bets what? Who that?
So last year's monster track was Rock Up My Cherry. Shout out to iFocus Films, who's also the official shooter for Who That 242.
Sherrod in the building.
He got you Rock Up My Cherry, and that song was everywhere. And people tell me, say, but because people know we work together, so tell Bodine that's our best song ever. So how do you feel about that?
Listen to me. Let me tell you about Rock My Cherry, right? I had sent that to another artist, another producer to produce for me. And he told me that, you know, he didn't like it, right? And so I pick up the phone and I call Killer Fang in Grand Bahama. I say, babe, I need to come. I'm about to shoot you something. So I recorded it in Adobe Audition using the metronome, and I shot it down to him. He said, okay, come in. You know, he produced it. So shout out to Killer Fang, Sharp Tooth Productions in Grand Bahama. Great things come out of Grand Bahama. I don't want y'all to sleep. You know? And
Like
so,
my fiance.
okay, yeah. Woo, we get married. Okay, calm down. Let's get excited when I think about y'all too. But you know, we did it, and I said, babe, this is a hit. This is a hit. And he's like, yeah, this is a hit. This is a hit. You know, and so we dropped that, and then we dropped the video. And, you know, I was like, you should lose weight for this video. And I was like, nah, I ain't into that.
One thing you told me at Freeport Carnival, they could get this body how I give it.
How I give it. However it is that I give it, y'all can get it. If I decide I'm going to lose weight, and I'm going to tone up, then I'm going to do that. But what I also wanted to do with Rock My Cherry is I wanted to express the spirit of the song, which was love yourself, the condition that you're in. And so it was important for me to bring that reminiscent of that feeling that was reminiscent of the ring play for people to understand and for children to see, because we don't ring play anymore. But it's also about letting people know that this is something that is cultural. It's not sexual. So we need to take our interpretation of people
the eyes out of it.
out of it, you know, and culturally, it's something that we are losing. People wonder why, you know, you could go and dance upon anybody at any particular point in time, because it's not about sex. It's just about loving yourself and having a good time. And so people say, I heard somebody tell me maybe about, well, a little while ago, they was like, you know what, and I used to say, ain't no way Bodine was gonna teach my children, and then I saw you drop Rock on My Cherry with the little girls in the front doing the ring play, and then I realized, this is what we do. This is what I grew up doing, so there's nothing wrong. And I'm like, exactly. And that's what I wanted. So, you know, we had, so that Rock on My Cherry, outside of Good Feelings, Rock on My Cherry is a song that when they heard it at Atlanta Carnival and Colorgasm, everybody was like, oh my goodness. It was such a seamless and natural presentation that people just sing it and they dance, and, you know, everybody had a good time. So now, Rock on My Cherry is nominated for a Elevation Award and also Song of the Year, and I'm also nominated for Artist of the Year. So I just want to say thank you to whomever put in the nomination, because I'm not a award show person. Yeah. I don't really be into that, but I get involved because people see the value in it, and it's my way of saying thank you so much for paying attention and for supporting me.
2018, brand new year, we second month of the year. This will be dropping in March. What song you got for us this year?
I have a song for y'all. There's a collaboration I can't really talk about because I have an NDA on it. But I'm so excited about it. Like, y'all can get so much ring play this year. Y'all gonna be tired of ring playing, and I don't care, because ring play is something that we're gonna take around the world. That's the only hint I'm gonna give you guys. But I dropped Money last year. Trust me when I say Money ain't even start making its circulation.
Money ain't start making money yet.
Money ain't start making money yet. Money, the contract for Money is just about signed, so Money is about to make money. Money is coming. Sherrod is going to be shooting the video for that. We already have the treatment and everything like that. So, you know, we going to be submitting that to you to include somewhere in your show at some point, Timmy. You know, when your show goes to extra music videos and clips and stuff like that. We going to give you that money.
That money make me happy.
Listen, when I perform that, I don't even have to sing past the first chorus. Like, people be singing.
But you haven't really pushed it as yet either. You haven't really pushed it.
I can't even do that. I only sing that.
You won't give me the call yet to me. You to push the song. Like, you won't give me that call yet. So the song ain't gonna push yet.
Let me tell you something. We pushing that when that video drop, because that video itself is going to be what's going to push that song. And you know what? It's so interesting. Some people don't like something until they hear or they see that you drop a visual for it.
I know that we are very visual people.
Yeah.
So we can't do this already. That's why we bring you who that?
On
TV.
There you go. On TV. And then Rick and I are working on another song. We have the theme song for my show, Fabulous Living Bahamian Style, which is going to be on ZNS. I'm so happy about that. And then I have another one. It's called Brown Gal. Trust me, that is going to be a monster. And I have another one. Oh, there's music.
And then you also be going to Couple Regardless very soon.
Oh, I almost forgot. Freddie Godsticks. He just dropped the final mastered version of Full Performance. So I want to look out for that as well. Trust me, between Killer Fang, Rick Carey, and Freddie Godsticks, and some of the international producers that I'm working with, 2018, 2019 is going to be a monster year. Everybody's not going to have the exact same execution of how things are pushed, how they're promoted, when the opportunities present themselves. I'm going to tell any artist, you just need to continue to create and be ready.
So we got this year, we got Elevation Awards, we got Couple Regardless, we got Bahamas Carnival, Atlanta, South Carolina, Hollywood, music videos. You have your TV show, Bodine, Bodacious, Bodine Victoria.
We lit. Timmy, we lit.
I'd like to thank you again. I always say on camera, 2-3 years ago, Bodine said, Timmy, I want to go to the islands. But don't you come with me with your camera and show the people that are actually doing down deep in the bush. So I appreciate you for that. Talk to people about networking, because 5 years ago, before Carnival, you didn't have a team.
No.
It was just you.
Yeah, it really was just me, and it was me with no cameras, no anything like that. And you know what? Hold on, which camera are you looking into? Because I want to say this. It's right there, okay. Let me tell you something. Your team is your strongest asset, okay? A lot of us think that we need to spend $1 million to get things done. No, you look into and you invest in people that have the same mindset that you do, because the investment is going to be worth it. When I started working with Timmy, you know, Timmy was promoting and he was managing Adria Janae, you know, and other artists. And then we came and we did the interview. And I said, Timmy, I need you to come along with me because I need people to see what it is that I do. And 3 years later, with multiple music videos, multiple performance videos, people are starting to see the value in what Timmy does. I cannot promote a show, I cannot promote an event without saying, Timmy, post this up and blast this. And that's how you work with one another. My brand is stronger because I work with Timmy. My brand is stronger
Likewise.
because I work with Sherrod. My brand is stronger because I work with the producers that I work along with. My brand is stronger because it's not about me. My choreographer used to be my student,
Shout out to Makiva.
Makiva, and she has choreographed for every single big artist that is current here in the Bahamas. So you're talking about from me to Rick Carey, to Wendy and Dyson, to Benji. You know, her credits are huge, and she's also choreographed for the Miami Heat dancers, as well as the New Orleans Pelicans cheerleaders. I'm talking about these opportunities open themselves up to you based on your network. Shout out to Yashika Carey, Miss Afro Teak. Let me tell you something. She is the one that is the background vocals on all of my songs.
I don't know that.
She got that. She got that. And she adds that type of color. I'm done.
Bodine, I'm happy you here. My first episode of Who That 242 on television.
Thank you.
On television.
We made it. We started in the front yard.
3 years ago. And it was just a vlog, you know. I didn't meet Sherrod yet.
Yeah, that's true. Shout out Ashley, though. That's why I met
Shout out
Ashley.
to Ashley Whitney, yes.
Yes.
Tree Makers Media's main videographer, booker. So Bodine just let the people know how they can keep up with you on social media.
Okay, well, social media, you can hit me up. My name is Bodine Victoria across all social media, everywhere. And I branded it as that because I don't want y'all mix me up. Don't mix me up with Bodine, the fashion model. Don't mix me up with Bodine, the country singer. Bodine Victoria. Snapchat, I don't use that. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Please go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Those subscriptions are incredibly important. The more you subscribe, the more your network of friends see the content that I am providing, the content my team and I are working on. That's Sherrod, that's Timmy, that's Ashley, the whole team. So we want you to continue to subscribe and also share and follow. Click the like button.
This is Bodine. I'm Timmy and you were watching Who That 242.
Can't be happy when you broke, girl, that don't make no sense. Love is good, but dollar bills is what could pay your rent. Boss up, girl, get your own, cause sometimes man don't care. Your fridge empty, you ain't got light, plus you can't fix your hair. That money, 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 money make me happy, make me happy, because that money, 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 money make me happy, make me happy, It's Bodine, it's bodacious, and you're watching Who That 242 with Timmy.
Who that what? Who that? Who that what? Who that what? Who that what? Who that? Who that what? Who that what? 28.